Now it's working. As I said, I'm still getting used to it. There we go. Wait. Alright, apologies. Thank you for sticking around TikTok. I highly suggest you go to the YouTube because the lag is a lot lower on there. However, this stream doesn't just stop here. If you are watching the VOD, like the past streams, so sorry, we had a major meltdown crash, so that's not good. But we're going to crack on with this, then we're going to go over pre-season testing very quickly, and then we're going to get into predictions, alright, and these things are wild, alright, we've got a few categories, we've got World Drivers Champion, I've got them in front of me, which is why I'm looking down, Constructors, biggest riser, like the biggest surprise of the grid, the team that I think will do really well, and it's better than expected, I'll say. Biggest slider, the team that has promised everyone a new lifestyle and given them a little getaway, you know what I mean? Like they've promised everyone up here, but it's going to be quite poopy. I've got 3 of my own more specific predictions, and I've handpicked 3 of your predictions that we can go over, we can dissect. I'll tell you if it's right, if it's not right, and what I think. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. If I had it my way, we'd already be halfway through this Kahoot, but it's fine. I won't hold that against my PC. Which one are you, my blood? The winner of this gets posted into the Discord as well, so into the YouTube chat I will put !! Discord, that's where you can flex for a week. Bro, Nightbot, okay, no he is here. I thought for a second Nightbot wasn't even around. Every time someone says start, I'm going to be cheeky, we're going to wait an extra minute. Keep in mind, chat, we are going to be doing a Kahoot before every single race. We're going to be streaming on the Wednesday before the race for the first 2 races because it's a day early. And then after the first 2 races, we're going to do it on a Thursday. There's going to be a Kahoot about every single race weekend. The winners are posted in Discord. It's going to be a lot of fun. What the fuck made me want to move to London? Funny story, it was actually a joke that Hannah made. Like, we were on a call, and then she was kind of like, why don't you move to London? And I was like, yeah, good one. And then I quit, going to sleep that night. I was like, I'm someone who, how do I describe it? I'm a doer, not a thinker, and I genuinely went to bed trying to think of reasons why I shouldn't go. And I couldn't, obviously there was some family, friends, dog, moving so far away, how hard it would be to plan everything, which it was, but I was like, once that's over, I mean, it's kind of everything else is left and all the good stuff. But in motorsport, this is the place to be. Will I be in London forever? Dunno. Maybe not. Might fuck off to New York after this, who knows? After moving countries once, it's stressful, but you kind of understand it. I could move anywhere I want now. I left Chewy, dude. I still think about that fucking dog every day. What's up with my mic? Nothing, man. Nothing, I don't think. The funny thing is, now I've leveled up, right? Sorry, it's coming back. I've leveled up so I can hear exactly what you guys hear. And, funny story, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with the mic. Sounds very, very chill. How cool is that? Sorry, I'm just like nerding out right now. This place does echo, but I do want to feel a bunch of shit behind here. Dude, are there like bots now? I'm getting rid of all these galas, the fuck? What does gala even mean? Very confused. Very confused. Kahoot bots or something now. This is crazy. It sounds better on TikTok live in what way? My mic is doubled? Oh. You know why? I think this should stop it. Is that better? Yeah, what the fuck is going on? When did Kahoot get bots? Hey, shut up, Luke Samuels. When did they get bots, man? Alright, we're gonna be starting in a minute. Kahoot having bots is crazy. Kahoot having bots is wild. They're just gonna join when the game starts anyway, so who really cares? What have you missed? Kahoot has bots now. That's all you've missed, and a bit of waffle. But it's fine, we'll start in 30 seconds. We'll start in 30 seconds. Guys, so you got 30 seconds to get your ass here. Start and they won't be there. Is that the way things work? Sorry if I just kicked you. I just kicked someone else. When the fuck did Kahoot get bots? This is crazy. Alright, we're starting. Are we ready? Who the fuck is botting? Dude, why bot Kahoot? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen. Oh, is that what are they trying to crash the Kahoot or something? Person with multiple devices? Ain't nobody got this many devices. This is crazy. This is crazy. Alright, we're starting. Welcome back, Gracie. We have to start. That was wild. Okay, we got 50 questions about the 2023 Formula 1 season. Who finished P3 in the 2023 Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Charles Leclerc, Fernando Alonso, George Russell, Sergio Perez. $117. What the fuck is happening? We did not have this many people in the lobby. This is wild. This is wild. I can feel my shit about to break. Well done, it is Charles Leclerc. It is Charles Leclerc. This is a big game, bro. This is a big fucking game. My shit is literally about to crash, and I can see it. I can see it. Give me 1 second. I have to reset. I know when my shit is at its limit, and it is right now. Don't mind me, chat. Apologies. The mic is echoing? How, dude? How? I swear I fixed it. You have to take my word for that. Okay. It's my pride and joy if funny story. If I grow out an actual beard, I just get really long sideburns because it doesn't connect down here. How sad. So I have to keep shaving my cheeks. Not fixed yet, I don't know what the fuck is happening. I don't know why it's doing that. It sounds good for me. I think it's just an echo. I think it's genuinely just an echo. Oh, I can look into it next stream, before next stream. What's up, Jace? How you doing? Alright, we're gonna get cracking. Gala, one of the bots is winning. If I swear. This is crazy. Sorry if that's one of you, but like you've got a bot name. You built a small Mercedes Lego car. How was it? How many red flags were in the 2023 Australian Grand Prix? Australia. Who was there? Who else was there? Just play? I wish it was that simple, my friend. TikTok, if you guys wanted less lag, come over to the YouTube. It's the first link in the bio. We're going to be going over predictions as well. Some are absolutely crazy. Bots might auto get the answer right. That's exactly right why I'm trying to get rid of them. Lego took zero pod way too little. Lol. GG Fernando Alonso back on top. Is that saying something for this season? True or false, Max Verstappen achieved pole position in Las Vegas? True or false, Max Verstappen achieved pole position in Las Vegas? Restart. This is question 3 of 50, man. I'm sure you'll be fine. Did Max get pole position in Vegas? Are you doing the big McLaren one? False, chat. False. It was Charles Leclerc. It was Charles Leclerc. You know what? I wasn't a Lego kid. However, I built that the other day, and I built the little. I wanted the Porsche 911, but that shit's so expensive. I built a little bonsai tree as well. Yeah, I don't think you can see it very well. Lego is so fun, dude. Lego is so fun. I see Jet got all the new ones, which is super cool. And I'm just telling him to give me the best ones. I was looking at the Ayrton Senna's McLaren. That would be so sick. What track did Max Verstappen claim his record-breaking 10th straight win? Zandvoort, Monza, Singapore, Hungary. Barely watched 2023. Are you going to be watching 2024 props? I want the Senna one so bad, but it was the only one not there. That is rough, dude. It's rough. Monza, he got his 10th straight win. That famous photo. Exclamation marks are on top. De Resta, Senna, just talking about you. Alonso, he fell off. And then Gasly. During the Azerbaijan sprint race, which driver put a hole in Max's side pod? Sergio Perez, Fernando Alonso, Lewis Hamilton, George Russell. 2024 is going to be good, and when we start going over pre-season testing in just after this, and we go over my predictions and your predictions, I think it's going to get us well and truly excited for this year. I think it's going to be a good year. It was George Russell. Remember that little exchange after the sprint race? Someone said like asshole or dickhead or something like that. Shit was crazy. Biggest drama piece of last year. Senna takes the lead on a hot streak of 3. Alonso, De Resta, Leda. Is this a bot? I'm going to say no. Spoiling the answers is low-key weird. If you guys are in chat, join rather than spoiling in chat. In the Netherlands, which driver crashed, making Daniel Ricciardo avoid him, breaking his hand after hitting the barrier? Which was the driver that crashed into the barrier initially? Charles Leclerc, Valtteri Bottas, Oscar Piastri, Kevin Magnussen. Leclerc, Valtteri, Oscar Magnussen, which is the driver who initially crashed. It was Oscar Piastri, guys. Come on. It was an Aussie disaster. That was FP2 and I was asleep and I wake up. One Aussie's in the barrier, another one has a broken hand. Low-key a cold photo though. I'm blocking chat. I'm going to have to make myself hella small. So you guys can see your names on the board. I'm just gonna, okay. Here we go, 7 of 50 in the 2023 quiz. Qatar had a max tyre stint rule. What was the maximum amount of laps a driver could do on any set of tyres? Do you remember this? 14, 15, 16 or 17. We had a sprint race where they were going to collect tyre data. And then there were that many safety cars and VSCs that they didn't get enough data, so they put in a maximum stint for each tyre, for all the tyres. Was it 14, 15, 16 or 17? It was 17 laps, chat, because the sprint race was 17 laps. They knew it could last 17 laps, so they made it 17. You'll jump? No, you have to jump. Make sure the neighbour's house doesn't fall over. In Austria, McLaren bought a big upgrade which saw them close the gap to Red Bull. Which driver got this upgrade? Oscar Piastri or Lando Norris? This was the one that changed the game for them, really brought them back towards the front. Not at the front, but towards the front. But to see if it would work, they gave it to one driver. Which driver was it? Hint, he has no wins. Factual. It was Lando. It was Lando. Most of the time it goes to the first driver, unless you're Aston Martin. Uh-oh. Duresta still on top. Shout out Duresta. Hate that guy. Shout out this guy though. Where did Max Verstappen clinch the 2023 Drivers' Championship title? Japan, Dutch, Qatar, or Qatar Sprints? Remember there was a Qatar Sprint race as well. Japan, Dutch, Qatar Sprint. It was the Qatar Sprint. Do you remember that three-way collision, including Sergio Perez, which saw him out of the sprint race and pretty much meant that Max won that race by default? Bro got it in the sprint race because Perez got into a three-way. True or false, chat? True or false? After the 2023 season, only one driver won a race who wasn't a part of or used to be a part of the Red Bull or Red Bull Academy. I'll read it again. After the 2023 season, only one driver won a race who wasn't a part or used to be a part of Red Bull or the Red Bull Academy. Wasn't a part or used to be a part of. Wasn't a part or used to be a part of. False, chat. False. Carlos Sainz used to be a part of the Red Bull Academy. Read the question. Read the question, chat. Read. Shout out to these 7 people. Duresta being one of them only extends his lead, but Senna is on his gearbox. True or false? In Canada, George Russell crashed into the wall of champions to end his race. George Russell crashed into the wall of champions to end his race. Carlos was a Red Bull Junior, chat. What's the pin? 92842. 92842. Chat, he crashed going into the halfway through the second sector, I think it was. It did end his race, right? But it was not the Wall of Champions. The Wall of Champions is the wall on the right-hand side coming out of the last corner. He did not make it that far. Bro's building a Lego McLaren instead of playing Kahoot. Senna takes the lead. GG. 12 of 50. Which driver pitted on the final lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix, showing a premature media-filled pit lane? Do you remember one driver pit on the very last lap of the Azerbaijan Grand Prix? Ted was going crazy. He was going wild because one driver did a no-stopper. He had to pit on the very last lap. You're also doing the Kahoot, bro. It's multitasking. It was Ocon. It was Ocon. GG. Hulkenberg pitted the lap prior, I'm pretty sure. Senna's absolutely killing it. Bro knows wheel. Sergio Perez scored a podium in his home race in Mexico. True or false? Bro was the first Mexican on a podium in Mexico in 2023. True or false? True or false, chat? False. Chats. He was the first Mexican on a podium in 2022. 2023, he crashed out lap 1, turn 1. Bro's race was over. It reminded me of Lewis Hamilton in Baku when he locked up. He just went the complete other way to everyone else. In the Qatar sprint race, which of these drivers was not involved in a three-way crash? Here we go. Perez, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Zhou. Bro didn't complete more than one corner in Mexico. Perez, Ocon, Hulkenberg, Zhou. We spoke about this a little bit. Before. It was Zhou. Well done, well done. It was 3 into 1 corner. Just doesn't work like that. Zhou's so forgettable. That's rough. Wow. Gasly up into second place. Someone needs to stop Senna. What was Max Verstappen's win percentage in 2023? Alright, this is a rough question. But I had to throw a few in there that would mess up someone like Senna. When Hannah or Blake wake up on the pillow or something like that, write a message to them saying how proud you are of them. Oh, you mean like a sticky note? 94 what the fuck? 86%. Well done, chat. Well done. Man, no one is stumping this guy. I'll write it in their lunchbox before they go to work, Riley. Which driver went side by side into turn 1 in Japan with Max Verstappen? This is lap 1, turn 1. Oscar Piastri, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris, Fernando Alonso. The Sharpie on their pillow. You know how much pillowcases cost? I know now. I fucking know now. It was Norris. Well done, those who picked Norris. Oscar, he had the opportunity to, but he backed out. There are 99 loose ends. Well, in the game, there's someone's botting Kahoot. Shit's crazy. It was Lando. Well done. Well done. That was a heart-in-mouth moment. That was very, very good. Alonso, oh my days, 20 points separates the top 2. That's crazy. The rest is on fire. Gasly fell off. True or false? Lando Norris led the first lap of the British Grand Prix. True or false? Lando Norris led the first lap of the British Grand Prix. Chat, look at this thing. It's like a... Put your coffee on it and keeps it warm because I'm a slow drinker. Fuck. Works very well. True. True. He did. Bro took the lead from P2. Why do pillowcases cost 50? Bro, you're telling me. I have, because of my acne, right? I have silk pillowcases. I have to wash them every 2 days just to keep my skin from breaking out. If you have acne, here's some advice. Silk pillowcase, wash every 2 days, right? Have 2 sets, swap between them. Your skin will thank you. 18 of 50. Alright, cough. See you soon, mate. Logan Sargent scored his maiden Formula 1 points at which track? Miami, Coda, Vegas? He didn't. Miami, Vegas, Coda. He didn't. My audio is echoing? How? How? Everyone's saying that. That's so cap. That's cap. It was Kota. Well done. He, hang on, I have to hear this. Am I not live or something? Let me see if it's echoing. I've got my own stream up on my phone. Oh, it is fucking echoing. Chat, I'm not sure why. How are you guys listening to this? I have no idea. Alright, bear with me. Alright, you shouldn't be able to... Can you hear me now? I don't think you can hear me now. You guys can hear me now, right? Less echo. No more echo. No more echo. I think that should fix it. There is still fucking echo. How, dude? How? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what is echoing. It's this. Oh my god, chat. Bear with me. This is going to change your life. I promise. Oh, you can hear me. I think we're good. Right? Right, guys? I'm a genius. I'm a genius. I'm a genius. Chat, you can thank me later. Sorry for not believing you. Alright, we back. We back. Why is there no Kahoot music? What's the pin? It's at the bottom. 92842. 92842. Yeah, honestly, why am I not knighted? Now I can go back to hearing myself. If you don't know, I can hear myself when I speak through the mic, so I can hear what you guys can like hear, and it helps me just like, you know what I mean? I can hear myself. Anyway, back into it. Sorry for the delay. All right. Senna takes the lead. All right. I don't know where this Kahoot music is. Why the fuck did it stop? Where did Max Verstappen qualify for the 2023 Miami Grand Prix? P1, P3, P7, P9. Very niche question. Shout out to anyone who gets this one right. My eyes are hurting, chat. My eyes are hurting. P9. Bro put in purple sectors to get back up to P1. But yes, he started P9. Who got that right? The top three. Wowee. During the Singapore Grand Prix, which of these things did Sergio Perez not crash into? Sonoda, Albon, the barrier, or none of the above? During the Singapore Grand Prix, which of these things did Sergio Perez not crash into? Yuki, Alex, the barrier, none of the above. Hassan accidentally hit P1. What a fool. None of the above, chat. He hit Yuki, he hit Alex, he also hit the barrier. Granted, it was just a little tap onto the barrier, but bro, none of the above. How crazy is that? Fernando Alonso takes the lead. Wow. We're almost halfway through, chat. Which race did Lando Norris break a trophy while popping his champagne? What the fuck is that photo? I made this like a week ago, so I don't remember everything. Hungary, Japan, Qatar, Coda. Hungary, Japan, Qatar, Coda. Hungary, Japan, Qatar, Coda. Hungary, Japan, Qatar, Coda. It was Hungary. Bro went to poppy champagne on the stage. Unlucky is what I say. How many laps did Carlos Sainz lead the Italian Grand Prix before being overtaken by Max Verstappen? 2, 6, 15, 21. 2, 6, 15, 21. These cars look so low and so wide in this photo. What the heck? What the heck? It was 15.
Shout out to them for that, because that was unreal. I think 15 last year was really good for any team. Alonso and Senna both taking an L on that one. Who took pole position in Hungary? Was it Max, Sergio Lewis, or Fernando? Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, Lewis Hamilton, or Fernando Alonso? The cars are wide, you're right. I'm saying they look hella wide. It was Lewis Hamilton. Never forget. Bro's forgotten what winning feels like, though. 24 and 25. Where did Charles Leclerc finish in the Bahrain Grand Prix? The Bahrain, the first race of the year. P2, P3, P4, or he didn't finish? Was it a DNF? Was it a DNF? P2, P3, P4, or DNF? This makes me so excited for Bahrain next week. It was a DNF. Well done. Those who know. Looks like everyone got that towards the top. True or false? Canadian Grand Prix had a world champion only Max Verstappen experience. If you guys know what the Max Verstappen experience is, you're in luck. World champion only Max Verstappen experience. I can't remember if this is an answer later, so that's why I'm not spoiling it. True, the Canadian Grand Prix was a world champion only Max Verstappen experience. Chat, someone explain what the Max Verstappen experience is. It is an intermission, so I shall be standing up and stretching my legs. It actually looks really nice outside today, which is something that we don't get much good weather here. What is the Max Verstappen experience? Nathan. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. What about yourself? Gasly takes P2, by the way. That's huge. Senna down to third, P3, after killing it all day. It rained in Monaco and chaos ensued. Which driver collided into George Russell as he re-entered the track? Remember, George Russell went off. Someone clobbered into the side of him. The Max Verstappen experience is the cool-down room. Because he's always winning. He's like the host. It's like Joe Rogan experience. And the other two are his guests. It was a massive meme. If you know, you know. Was it Sainz, Lewis, Leclerc, or Perez? It was Perez. George enters the track. Perez can't slow down. Just clobbers directly into the side of him. Senna overtakes Gasly. He's taking the L. What was the most amount of pit stops Max Verstappen completed while still win? Well done. While still win, they reckon. I wrote this, I reckon. Was it 4, 5, 6, or 7? 4, 5, or 6, or 7? Ian, which Grand Prix was it? The photo kind of gives it away. It was 6. Chat, one person. It was 6. It was a record equaling 6 from Jenson Button in Canada, like 2012 or something. He equaled it in the Dutch Grand Prix, believe it or not. Who got that right? Raikkonen. Shout out Raikkonen for that one. Gimme. 28 of 50. The end of the Italian Grand Prix saw both Ferrari drivers fighting over P3. Which driver finished in that position? Which driver won? He's been squiggled out, chat. That's cheeky. Was it Carlos or was it Charles? Carlos or Charles? Germany 2019? Definitely wasn't Germany 2019. There were a bunch of mistakes in Germany 2019, but it wasn't. Jensen wasn't even racing in 2019. It was Carlos. Well done. 29 of 50. Where did Oscar Piastri qualify in Silverstone? P2, 3, 4, or 5? Both. Not both. All 4 very good numbers. But where did he qualify? 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or 5th? second, third, fourth, or fifth chat. Looks like 90 people have left. Goodbye, bots. P3, well done. It was P3, behind Lando and Max. Wow, Alonso dropped the ball on that one. Who achieved pole position for the Italian Grand Prix? Was it Max? Was it Carlos? Was it Charles? Or was it Sergio? What's the code? 92842. 92842. It's also at the bottom of the Kahoot. But those on TikTok, join the YouTube. The lag is much better. Better chance of winning. It was Carlos. Well done. Carlos pulled one out of the bag in front of the Tifosi. Absolutely huge. This is getting close. I'd say the top three, it could go any way. Which race did Nick De Vries get dropped by AlphaTauri and replaced by Daniel Ricciardo? Hungary, Belgium, Dutch, Italian. Hungary. Oh, I don't like how this is a different tense. Hungarian, Belgian, Belgiumese, Dutch, Italian. Hungary, Belgium, Dutch, Italian. It was Hungary. Well done. 4 people. Well done. Well done. Wow, Fernando Alonso gives up P1. Gasly right behind as well. You can throw a blanket over these 3. On which lap did Charles Leclerc DNF in Brazil? Lap 1, lap 2, lap 3, or the formation lap? Or the formation lap. You enjoy a big Luke Sam Kahoot? Maybe I'll try and make them bigger this year. They were like 20 questions last year. Maybe we can try it. We'll try and do 50. It's hard to think of questions though. And it is quite time consuming. It was the formation lap. The formation lap. He lost his hydraulics and binned it into the wall. 33 of 50. Which of these drivers did not DNF? Did not DNF in the Las Vegas Grand Prix? Hulkenberg, Sargent, Norris, Tsunoda. Hulkenberg, Sargent, Norris, Tsunoda. Hulkenberg, Sargent, Norris, Tsunoda. It was Logie boy. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Wow, a big round for Senna. Extends his lead. Next question. Which driver brought out the first red flag during the Australian Grand Prix? Alex, Kevin, Logan, or Nick? The very first one. The very first one. Alex, Kevin, Logan, or Nick? It was Alex. Remember, he parked it. He parked it on the apex. Brought out the red flag. There was gravel all over the track. I've not seen any of Drive to Survive. What day is it? I'll probably watch some of it tonight. The last 2 nights we've been very busy. It probably won't be until like after Bahrain where I watch it. If I'm being honest. You mean Chewy? Yeah, no, I haven't watched any of it. We've been way too busy. Well, on the top 3, all scoring there. Jackie Stewart ignored security during Martin Brundle's grid walk. Which celebrity did he do this to speak to? This was iconic for last season. Was it Tom Cruise, Shakira, Vin Diesel, or Roger Federer? He ignored security, went towards the front of the grid to go get one person for Martin Brundle. Bro just doesn't give a care at all. Tom, Shakira, Vin Diesel, Roger Federer. It was Roger Federer. It was Roger Federer. This was so iconic. This was so sick. What was it? Miami? Was it Miami? Joel, how you doing? Welcome to the stream, man. Thank you for joining us. Jackie's knighted, so the police has no power over him. Is that factual information? Is that fact or cap? Max Verstappen was knocked out of Q2 by which Red Bull driver? Was it Perez, Tsunoda, Lawson? None. He made it into Q3. This is in Singapore, by the way, if that's not obvious. Which driver knocked him out of Q2, if there was one? Was it Perez, Tsunoda, Lawson, or none? He made it in. Well done. I understand why that one person picked green, but no, Liam Lawson knocked him out in Singapore. They had a rough race. Favorite livery for this season? I can tell you my least favorite. It's steak. Steak is my least favorite. However, you can watch my livery video on YouTube if you are interested. Be no fun if I spoiled it right now. What about you though, Joel? Which driver's car broke down on the formation lap in Italy? Which driver's car broke down on the formation lap in Italy? Who was it then? Put your hand up. Was it Carlos Sainz? Was it Valtteri Bottas? Was it Yuki Tsunoda? Or was it Alex Albon? This driver broke down on the formation lap right towards the end near the grid. It was Yuki Tsunoda. You watched the DTS episode on the race? What race? The race media? I haven't watched any yet. After what Grand Prix was the Max Verstappen Experience podcast meme born? This is what I'm talking about. This is the Max Verstappen Experience. It's obviously the laptops and shit aren't there. Someone edited it and it become this massive meme. How well does that look edited though? Was it Australia, Miami, Monaco, or Spain? It was Australia. Did he break down like 3 times in a row? Yeah, he didn't complete like 3 races. She was crazy. So it was hard to measure Liam Lawson against the AlphaTauri drivers because he never raced against one. Well done, Senna. The gap is so close here. Gasly, you're going to have to pick up the pace. Hassan, De Bresta, I think you guys might be just out of it, but you never know. There's still like 12 questions left. Sergio Perez achieved a podium in Brazil after a photo finish at the line. True or false? Sergio Perez achieved a podium in Brazil after a photo finish at the line. I think this was like top 5 closest finishes of all time. I don't think anything will ever beat P1 with Michael Schumacher and Rubens Barrichello, I think it was. That was like 0.002 seconds. False. He did not achieve a podium. Fernando Alonso did. Come on, chat. Come on. No, you guys did really well there. Shout out. Oh, Hassan did not, though. He's cracking under the pressure. Which of these weekends did Sergio Perez not crash out in qualifying / practice? Australia, Hungary, Monaco, Azerbaijan. That photo of Perez will always get me. Perez building a Lego. Unreal. Lego or Kahoot? I know I'm picking Kahoot every time. It was Azerbaijan. Bro, I had a good Azerbaijan race. The other 3. Oh no, Fernando Alonso dropped the ball on that one. Senna, with 10 questions left, extends his lead. In Australia, which driver pitted on the last lap to get the fastest lap? Sorry, in Austria. In Austria, which driver pitted on the last lap to get the fastest lap? The last lap in Australia was like safety car central. Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Sergio Perez, Lando Norris. Verstappen, Leclerc, Perez, Norris. It was Verstappen. Remember, he was told not to, and he still did. He come out with like a 2 second gap between himself and Charles Leclerc. And with Leclerc 2 seconds behind him, he was trying to get temperature into his tyres. It was crazy. Everyone thought for a second, maybe he might not win. Sergio Perez won the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. True or false? You're Fernando Alonso. Crazy. You're doing well. True or false? Sergio Perez won the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix. I love the first 2 corners in Saudi. I think it's sick. I think they're awesome. True. He did win. Finally, a true or false. Well done, everyone. Absolutely killing that one. At the end of Coda saw a thrilling end. What issue did Max Verstappen have which helped Lewis Hamilton close the gap? The end of Coda was a sick finish. Was it damage, tyre deg, poor brakes? He kept making mistakes. This is about Max Verstappen. What slowed him down so that Lewis Hamilton could catch up? The skill issue answer? This one. He kept making mistakes. It was poor brakes. I think he had a long brake pedal. Didn't have damage. Tyre deg was fine. And Max Verstappen doesn't make mistakes, so that can't be it. It was poor brakes. He was complaining over the radio. Lewis was catching by like a second and a half per lap. Everyone really thought, okay, Senna's putting this one to bed. 44 of 50. Fernando Alonso gave a well done to Lance Stroll for an overtake during the race. How did he see this overtake? The big screen, his engineer told him. He saw it in his wing mirrors, or he guessed. Was it on the big screen? Did his engineer tell him that Lance made an overtake? Did he see it in his wing mirrors? Or did he just guess? Also, sick photo. Sick photo, this one. The big screen. Yes, it was it. Bro was so comfortable driving. He was watching the big screen and saw a Lance Stroll overtake. How crazy. 45 and 50. Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton were disqualified from the USA Grand Prix. 4. This is Cota, the iconic Instagram post. They crashed into each other. They were both wearing jewellery, excessive wear on the plank, or they weren't. Were they not disqualified? Am I tricking you guys? Was it crashing into each other, jewellery, excessive wear on the plank, or they weren't? Correct. It was excessive wear on the plank, given after the fact, and this gave Logan Sargent his first ever points. Fun fact. Which Grand Prix did Sergio Perez retire, get given a 5-second penalty, unretire, complete one lap, and then re-retire? If you finish a race with an unserved penalty, you get a grid penalty for the next race. So Red Bull wanted to kind of fix that, get that sorted before the race was over. Was it Singapore, Coda, Brazil, or Japan? It was Japan. GG. It was Japan. I didn't think he would be allowed, but is what it is. Still going. We had a little crash, but it's 50 questions. It's a big one, Otis. It's a big one. Lando Norris won the Qatar sprint race. True or false? Lando Norris won the Qatar sprint race. True or false? Did he win it? Oh my god. Look at this guy. There was someone at F1 Drive looks exactly like him. I thought that actually was. That was the stream you announced the move. Was it? Was that Japan? No, I think that was Japan. Because I was at the Red Bull thing. False. He didn't win. Oscar won. Haha. Aussie. Senna's got this in the bag. He needs a miracle to lose this. Which of these drivers was not on the podium in Abu Dhabi? George Russell, Sergio Perez, Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc. Thank you guys for the follows on TikTok as well. Much appreciated. Russell, Perez, Verstappen, Leclerc. Who was not on the podium? It was Perez. It was Perez. 49 of 50. The Australian Grand Prix was the most stopped Grand Prix ever. Did it have the most red flags ever? That's what most stopped means in this context. Was it the most stopped, true or false, ever in any race in history of F1? Yes, it was. Fun fact. Alright, we're getting into the last question now. It all comes down to this. Thank you guys for playing the Kahoot. Again, we're doing this before every race this year. The best place to be is YouTube because the lag is 0. TikTok has a little bit more lag. So TikTok, head to the first link in my description, or the only link in the description in my profile. And then the very top link is my stream. You can just subscribe there, watch it on YouTube. It's good fun. We're going to be going through predictions. There's going to be prizes all year. It's going to be really good fun. We're going to be doing 2 streams a week. One is going to be predicting, and one is going to be going over our predictions and looking at the next race. It's going to be really fun. But this stream, we're going to be going over pre-season testing just quickly, going into my predictions, and then your predictions. It's going to be good fun. This is the very last question. Charles Leclerc struggled to pass one driver for the entire Miami Grand Prix. Which driver was this? Kevin Magnussen, Zhou Guanyu, Carlos Sainz, Lewis Hamilton. I wish YouTube had a picture had a picture-in-picture like Twitch. It's really annoying that I can't watch something else at the same time. Huh? It was Kevin Magnussen. Bro could not pass him. Do you remember Max Verstappen started behind, caught both of them, double overtake into turn 1. Absolutely crazy. Yeah, Otis, the reason I'm also on Twitch is because YouTube are putting more money here now because they're trying to bin off Twitch as the best live streaming platform. So this place will only get better. Aran, thank you very much. Thank you for the kind words. Love you too. Straight back at you. Can you join? No, it just ended. But we do one every week. So you can join the next one. P3, Fernando Alonso. Laggy, Fernando Alonso. What is going on? Ghastly, well done. Laggy, Ghastly. And in P1, in a league of their own, Senna. GG's in chat. Hassan and Goat, the runners-up. GG's in chat. We're going to screenshot this. That is going straight into the Discord after the stream. Well done. GG's in chat. That was really fun. I can't wait to do more of them this season. Alright, now that my shit is less laggy, let's get into the fun stuff. We're going to get into pre-season testing and then predictions for the 2024 season. Are you guys ready? We're going to be going over what we learned from pre-season testing. Again, thank you guys for joining the Kahoot. I appreciate that. Those who won or those who want to see the winners, those who want to keep up to date with the live streams, because they're a lot of fun like that. The Discord is in my link tree, which is in my bio. Or on YouTube, you can just type !Discord. That's where you see it all. Kalani, welcome. Thank you very much. It's good to see your name once again. Okay. There are a few rumors that come out of the paddock this preseason testing. Rumors are great. Rumors are good fun. Some are absolute horse shit, but others are actually kind of interesting. You won the Kaboom? That's crazy. I think like 3 people have said the same thing. All right. No, my shit is tweaking again. It'd be nice to have one stream where nothing breaks. Alright, here we go. It come out that Lewis Hamilton would not have joined Ferrari if it wasn't for Fred. This guy got him over the line. How crazy is that? Crazy to think that he would just do another season at at Mercedes, and then probably just like retire. I completely forgot about these puppies. Were they on the screen in the wrong spot the whole time? Crazy. Alright, it's gonna have to live like that. Is what it is, really. Is what it is. Oh, no. What do you guys think about that? Would you join Ferrari or potentially not join them only because of someone? Like if Mattia Binotto was in charge and he asked if you want to join, would that be a turning point for you to say yes or no? I think I wouldn't be able to help myself and I would say yes anyway because I'm a little sucker. And it's also Ferrari. Like, come on now. It's Ferrari. Lewis probably was in talks with Ferrari in 2022, like it was rumoured, and may have played a key role in getting Fred to Ferrari. Potentially. I don't know if it's working the other way around. It's very interesting to think about, though. I think he likes Fred's management style. It's going to be interesting to see what way Ferrari goes this year. Here's another rumour which I find pretty funny. It's in Spanish or Italian or something. But there were these photos snapped around the paddock of Carlos Sainz Sr. meeting with Red Bull and Carlos as well meeting with Red Bull. And now people are saying that he's going to be joining Red Bull. I find that shit so funny. It's such a small paddock and everyone knows each other. It's almost like if you go on a coffee date with someone, it means you're joining that team. I'm open to being proven wrong, but come on now. And then it doubles down on this one as well. Toto speaking to Sergio Perez. It's not like there's a rule in the paddock where you can't go talk to people. Am I right? Fucking hell. Adrian's there too. Should they, if Adrian's around, should they bin Adrian off and have a more one-on-one intimate conversation? You know what I'm saying? Is this intimate enough? Does this mean that he's joining them? No. I have a prediction on who's going to be joining Mercedes a little bit later. It's a very interesting one. Another rumour is that Ferrari never actually turned their engine on during practice, which is scary. It was running off pure hope of car 16. And this is quite a rumour. This is something cool to know. If you do watch a German broadcast, Gunther Steiner is going to be on. He's got a pundit role for this weekend, which is very cool. I think he's a great personality. I think he'll be a great pundit. But as we went over last week, not a good team principal. I don't understand how Gene gave him 7 years and he didn't make the team any better. And it's not just Gunter's fault. It's Gene's fault as well. Mate, you put the wrong person in the wrong role for way too long. Sell the team. You're not even putting the right resources in the right places. Do I know what resources belong in what places? No, but I know that he's not doing a good job. All right. We're going to go over a little bit longer, just some pre-season testing, some things we learned, and then it's prediction time. And I'm very, very, very excited to share these with you. And I want to know your input as well. You heard he was going to an Aussie broadcast. Really? That is news to me. Discord link doesn't work. It should. Otherwise, let me quickly put it into chat for you. Other people have joined, no problem. So that's really strange. Let me put it into chat for you, man. He did well with what he had to work with. I think the complete opposite. I think he did an awful job. I think he's a good personality, don't get me wrong. I just don't think he was a great team principal. Am I streaming on Twitch? No, YouTube. That link is also in my description, though. On my profile. Something cool that the FI have introduced thanks to Qatar is new air inlets to aid driver cooling. Here's a really small blurry photo, but you can see a little hole just down here. This helps, it brings air through the nose, cools the driver. There's also one a little bit higher, which is up here, and it's kind of 2 inlets, but I could not find a photo of it. It's very cool, but it's optional, so you can also cover it if it's a track that doesn't need it. This is because of Qatar last year. I don't think there's any photos of it here. This is more engine cooling, which I think Red Bull have done something really cool with engine cooling this year. But we need to Red Bull. This guy's just waffling now. That can only be good. So that Qatar from last year doesn't happen again. The Aston Martin, the Vantage, the safety car, changed its livery. I don't know, changed its look. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I just want to say this is the most clapped safety car I have ever seen. And I think it comes from a position of me loving the dark green Vantage last year. And now look at this shit. What the fuck is this? Someone explain. Who thought this was a good idea? Huh? I don't want to see this shit. I don't want to see this shit on the track. Get it away from me. What the hell is this? Are they serious? I just want to see the Mercedes now. I don't want to see this shit. This is my dream car, and they've clapped it. They've fucked it up. Bailey, thank you. Bailey Jeffrey. You got 2 first names, so I can't trust you. But thank you. Thank you for subscribing. You're the first sub while I've been here so I can hear George Russell's voice. Crazy. If you haven't subscribed, give it a crack. You can hear George Russell. This is a takeaway that Fernando Alonso had about testing, and I've got a little bit of an opinion on it. He thinks it's unfair that they only have a day and a half to prepare for a world championship. I see where he's coming from. It's 3 days of testing. Each driver gets a day and a half. Some sessions are red flags, so they get less time, and yada, 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 so on, so on. I think 5 days testing would be cool, right? 5 days testing would be cool. They each get 5 sessions, which is 20 hours in the car. They've also got a simulator they can use. But anyway, if they want to be on track, 5 days would be cool. However, don't do it at a track we're racing at. I think that we could use Catalunya. If we're going to be racing in Madrid, do Catalunya as testing. Don't do Bahrain, because now this week, all we're going to see is everyone knowing exactly what strategy they're on, exactly how their long race stints are, exactly when they're stopping, how their qualifying pace is, and it's going to be a bit of a Noah's Ark. Everyone's setup is going to be on point. There's no figuring it out. There's no feeling it out during practice. I don't like the idea of racing somewhere we've tested, especially 2 weeks in a row. If we were to, for example, test in Austria and then race there halfway through the season, I think that's more acceptable than going back-to-back weeks. I understand the travel side and all that, but I just think it's boring. Bahrain also has a short circuit. They have Sakir. Why not test in Sakir and then race Bahrain? Or test Bahrain, race Sakir? Makes no sense to me. Makes no sense. I think Blakey Boo's napping. I think Blakey Boo's asleep. Test anywhere that's not on the 2024 calendar. You feel me? Do you understand? I don't know. It just fucks me off sometimes. Just like these guys know exactly what they're doing. This is more of a funny one. The Williams just looks like it's eaten out of McLaren. The fuck? Literally looks like it's eaten out of McLaren. Wake that boy up. I ain't that guy. Sorry, you got the wrong guy, pal. Also, there's a new DRS rule this year. It's activated after 1 lap, which is cool, rather than 2 or 3. Very nice. Very happy. It just means a DRS train starts sooner, and once Max Verstappen breaks it, he's actually gone. He's actually gone. Now, it's time to get into predictions, all right? It's time to get into predictions. How cool is this, by the way? It's getting serious, so we're standing up. I'd love to hear Blake's predictions, but bro's asleep. I think bro's asleep. Let me bring you up to my level, alright? I did kind of need to stretch my legs, which is why I got a standing desk. How fucking funky, fun, cool, and fresh is that? Okay, we've got a few categories. The first one is World Drivers Champion. World WDC, alright? The driver that's going to win the championship. Who do you guys think? Who do you think is going to win the chip? Who's going to take it out? Because for me, this isn't so much a prediction. It's more I can see the future. A lot of people saying different things for whatever reason. Makes no sense to me why everyone's saying something different. I don't see it going any other way, chat. I seriously don't see it going any other way. This man has said that after testing, the car behaves exactly how he likes. He will stay in this sport and continue to win while his car's got performance. And then after that, he will fuck himself off. He will go to another sport. He'll help Redline. He'll do the Le Mans. He'll do whatever he feels like, because realistically he can do whatever he wants, and it's just Verstappen's world in Formula 1, and we're just living in it. I don't think there's anything that anyone can do about it, especially after testing. It looked like Red Bull were kind of confused. Max didn't have a handle of the car, and then as day 1, session 1 went on, he got the hang of it, and then he kind of just shit the bed again. But I think that was him feeling it out. They also have the quickest race sim and qualifying sim times. Ferrari's 3rd in race pace. But I don't think they can do any wrong. And they're heading towards Zero Pod, which if they can make that work, like, see you later, everyone else. The thing with Red Bull, right? They're heading towards Zero Pod. This is a big flex. However, let's say they were to go towards Zero Pod, and Adrian Newey, for whatever reason, can't make it work. They can just go back to the old spec. It's already the world's quickest car ever. You know what I mean? It's not like they're at a loss. Whereas Mercedes, when they tried it in 22, they put their balls against the wall. They put all their eggs in that basket. It didn't work, and they were in the shitter for another year. I don't see a world where Max doesn't win this year. If he could win all the races, maybe if Singapore wasn't on it, but I'm sure that's going to be, again, a big focus point for them this season. Apparently when doing the race trim test, his tyres basically didn't have any deg on them. He's a freak, man. He's a freak. And the fact that people are saying that anyone else is going to win, it just completely mind-boggling to me. I don't see it. I don't see how. I'm so happy to be proven wrong, if I'm completely honest. I'm so happy for someone else to win it. And it's like, well, I was wrong. I'll be happy to admit that. I think it would be fun. I just think it's a race for P2 this year. Constructors chat. Constructors. Let's chat constructors. Who do we think is going to win the constructors? Who do we think is going to win the constructors? I want to hear your guys say before I spill mine. Before I spill my secrets. These aren't so much predictions, more just like telling the future, which sucks for you guys because I'm spoiling 2024, but it is what it is, really. Red Bull. I really respect Adrian's tactics of building a dominant car and slightly develop the next season while everyone's trying to copy it and then change the entire thing up. Literally, Red Bull killed the first seat. Their 22 killed it. 23, the most dominant car Formula 1 has ever seen. 2024, let's fucking change everything. Let's change everything. Nothing is the same. What? In what world? Why? If he can do this, I swear to God, we'll chat on that point in a little bit because I'm very excited. I'm very excited. All right, Otis says Red Bull is going to win. I think Red Bull. Again, Max Verstappen's going to win the World Championship, and Red Bull's going to win the constructors. It's like Mercedes dominance. Everyone's so happy to be like, Mercedes isn't going to win this year. It's 2017 now. Ferrari's going to get better. McLaren is going to get better. Red Bull is going to get better. I'm sorry. I will not. I don't think Red Bull will lose, especially with Max Verstappen. The way that car's responding to him, it's just unreal. Their times look incredibly fast and incredibly consistent. Chat, this is their qualifying simulation pace. Qualifying sim pace. This is Haas at the bottom, right? Because you can't see the name. That's Haas at the bottom. Qualifying sim pace. They're 2/10 quicker than Ferrari. Ferrari is a qualifying car. In terms of racing, I would pretty much write them off, right? It's just an unreliable car with bad strategy. And I can imagine Ferrari, they've renamed this year Operation Relaunch for whatever fucking reason. It's so crazy to me because Ferrari is the only team other than Red Bull last year to have won a race, and they've called this season Operation Relaunch. What the fuck are you relaunching? I don't think it's going to be so much the car. I don't think the car is the issue at all. I think the relaunch is going to be more aimed at how the teams run, strategy, weather, how everyone communicates to each other. Because you saw towards the end of last year, or even towards the middle of last year, Carlos Sainz really taking the reins on strategy mid-race. Mans shouldn't be thinking about strategy. Mans is racing. He doesn't need to be that guy. But here we are. I think Operation Relaunch is more hinting at that. Whereas Mercedes take a step up in race sim, still 2/10 away from Red Bull. So if Mercedes are qualifying P8, 9, 10, it's going to be hard to win races. Ferrari can qualify 1, 2. I don't think we're going to see them win races. McLaren, I think, have the best driver lineup. Will they win races? Potentially. But there you go. That's the race sim paces and the qualifying sim paces. With that in mind, I don't see Red Bull losing the championship. Even if Sergio Perez flops, even if Perez shits the bed. Let's chat about the biggest riser. A team that, let me know what you guys think. A team that you think We'll surprise everyone. We'll do exceptionally well. A team that at the end of the season, no matter, let's say they're projected to get last and they finish 7th with more points than you thought. Let's say they're projected to finish 5th or 4th and they finish 3rd or 2nd, and it's a really good season for them. Visa Cash App, RB, I can get around that. Mainly because they've taken a lot of parts from Red Bull, but it's fine. Visa Cash App, yep. I think Aston, okay. I don't see the vision with that one, Ghastly, but I can respect it. Alpine, you think Alpine is gonna be the biggest riser? We've got a category: biggest riser, biggest slider. Riser, slider. My biggest riser for 2024 is going to be McLaren. I think they've got the best driver lineup on the grid. I think that they've really sorted their shit out. I can see some really, really good race results this year. We saw McLaren, they're the kind of team where they start on the back foot because they don't know how to build a car, but they're really good at developing it. Whereas this year, it looks like they've built a good car, and then you add on top of that, they're really good at developing it. They got Lando, they got Oscar. I think it's going to be a good season for them. I would almost argue they're projected P4, P3, but I seriously think they can be in a battle with Mercedes for P2. Their times look similar to Ferrari in race pace, and if I'm putting a bet on who I think will perform better in a race, McLaren or Ferrari, McLaren every day of the week. Everyone reckons the car is ours. Oh, Alpine. But I think it'll come back on top of the midfield. You feel McLaren P2 for sure? Hell yeah. What you think is the word in the paddock that the McLaren is butt cheeks? I've heard. I know they had a little bit of reliability, and they were in the garage for longer than they wanted to. But all their sim data is matching their IRL data. That I think they have the strongest pairing on the grid, and I'm thinking they'll get a win this season as well. Which driver? We'll touch on that a little bit later, chat. We'll touch on that a little bit later. Apparently the Alpine is worse than the Haas, or just better. Okay. I think the McLaren rose last year, and this year I think will be similar to late last year. I think it will be a great year, but not a big rise from last year. Okay. So in terms of, I know points aren't a good assessment of a year. I think they will trump their points this year by a big percentage. I think they're going to have a good season. I think they're going to have a very, very respectable season. I think they're going to be the team that... I think they're going to be the most reliable team. Because you look at Red Bull. Red Bull have Max, very reliable driver, but they've also got Perez. You look at Ferrari. You can write them on a Saturday, write them off a Sunday. Mercedes, their car is either good or it's bad at a certain track. It's either good or bad. It's hard to find a stable car for all the tracks, rather than like Hungary, really good, and then you go to somewhere like, I don't know, where were they bad? Vegas, Abu Dhabi, Brazil. They don't have a very, you know what I mean? I feel like McLaren is much more stable. They're gonna be the biggest riser of this year. They have the Russell disadvantage. There we go. Bang. Biggest slider for 2023. Slider meaning the team that is going to let everyone down. The team that is going to absolutely flop. And I had this prediction before preseason testing. And preseason testing kind of just cemented that for me. The car launch was sick. We've changed every component except the steering wheel. The steering wheel for me is my least favourite part of the car. I think the sexiest livery is going to be the biggest slider for 2024. It's kind of concerning that the biggest limitation for this car is the engine. Am I right in saying they're the only car on the grid with a Renault engine? Right? I believe that's right. McLaren went to Mercedes. I can seriously see them like 10th, 9th, maybe 8th. It's also lacking in aerodynamics and mechanical grip. Chat, two of the most important things. Mechanical grip is the grip between the tyre and the surface. It's the adhesion between the two. You think low speed. Think low speed. It's the grip that the car has to the track. Aerodynamics is straight speed and cornering. How concerning is that? Ding, ding, ding. Alpine. Mate, they've changed all their parts as well. I think they just need to focus on WEC, mate, or they need to bring back Renault, bring back Cyril, someone who knows what they're doing, someone with a bit of pull. After testing, it proved that they lacked aero, mechanical grip, and it is concerning that they've changed everything except the steering wheel, which was the ugliest thing ever. Both drivers, Ocon more so than Pierre, look so uncomfortable in that car. It's almost like a Cars thing. Like Cars, the animated Pixar movie, turn left to go right. Bro's turning left and going straight, and then they go backwards. Andretti needs to buy Haas, let's be real. Andretti, pull your head in. Gene Haas, pull your head in, mate. Pull your head in. We need someone to buy that fucking team. I'm never being invited to a car launch by Haas, but then again, probably never going to have the budget for one. Granted, I went to a Haas thing last year, which was really cool with Nico and Kevin, thanks to Oakberry SI, very good. Why can't Andretti have two teams? Because get someone else in there. Get Peugeot. No, just why aren't we selling Alpine back to Renault? Bring back Cyril. Bring back the black and yellow livery. Granted, Alpine and Renault haven't had a bad livery before, so at least they're looking good while they're stinking. Chat. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? What do you guys think of these predictions? Also, why is there no music? Go on then. Strange music for a prediction, such a serious video. Do we think they're respectable? Anyone disagree? Oscar beat Lando in quali head-to-head. Alright. Minus McLaren. Who would you replace McLaren with? Who do you think will be the biggest riser in 2024 if it's not McLaren? Chat, I really have to go toilet as well. Just know I'm holding on right now. I'm holding on. I think I am going to go to the toilet. Red Bull? No, but Red Bull is expected. Biggest riser, Red Bull, kind of expected. I don't think they would be rising. I think they would be just doing what everyone thought that they would do. If they win the championship and win every race, I would say that they've done what everyone thinks they're going to do. If they were to win 20 out of 24 races, I would argue that they're a slider. Oh, Racing Bulls. That's going to be so confusing this year. That's going to be so confusing. We'll touch on Visa Cash App RB in a second, because I do have a little prediction about them in my Brave predictions. Why is Bro still streaming? Bro's been streaming long enough to need to poo. A Ferrari, biggest riser? I would like to see it. I can get around that. A bit of copium there, but it's fine. Racing Bulls. We'll touch on that in a second. Chat. Let me know what you think of these predictions. Riley. What I want you to do, fella, is these categories here. Drivers champion, constructors champion, biggest riser, biggest slider. I'm sure you know what the bottom two mean. Let me know what yours are, because I feel like you're a very harsh individual in a good way. Let me know. I'll be literally 2 seconds. What are we saying? More than just copium? I can respect that. Let's bin these off. Alright. World Drivers Champ, Charles. World Constructors Champ, Red Bull. Biggest riser, Williams. Biggest slider, Sauber or Alpine. Alright. Let me break that down real quick. Bring back Mr. Max Verstappen. I don't think anyone's beating him this year. Just straight up. I just don't think it's happening. Right? Constructors, Red Bull, yes. Biggest riser, Williams. I would argue that, hearing from James Vowles has said he's riding off, wait for it, this year and next year. Sounds crazy, right? They're waiting for the new regs, and then I think we'll see them back towards the front of the field. I genuinely think James Vowles can get them there. As for this year and next year, Logan, I think, will do much better. Alex, I think, will carry, but there's rumours that he's going to Red Bull next year to replace Perez as well. Slider, Sauber, yes, I think they're going to be terrible. Alpine, we're on the same level there. I think Williams aren't too worried about this year. Do I reckon Horner is Gonzo? I've got absolutely no idea. I wish I knew more. But so much of it is kept under wraps. I don't see how Christian goes, because if you get rid of Christian, you're pretty much getting rid of Adrian Newey. Because in Adrian's contract, if Horner leaves, so can Newey, and that would be the biggest hit in Red Bull or F1 history, I think. I think Red Bull are going to try and find every reason to make Horner stay. Sorry, not to make Horner stay. It's not like he's leaving on purpose, like intentionally. I think they're going to try and find every reason to let him stay. Yeah, I forget the guy's name. There's someone below him that could take charge, but it's not going to be Horner spec. Dude, Newey to Ferrari. Lewis, another 3 seasons. He'll get an 8th, I swear to God. If Kevin Magnussen has another mid-season, who replaces him? Teo Porcher. Ollie Behrman. I'd like to see some F2 drivers come up. I'd like to save Liam Lawson for an actual Red Bull seat. Tia Pinotto to replace Horner, that would be crazy. Behrman. Porcher. Fuck it. Put Pietro Fittipaldi in there. I think it could be interesting. I don't know. I can respect that some class older drivers are coming in, but I think what we're going to see over the next few years is so much wasted potential from younger drivers, which is sad. Like F2 drivers that weren't good enough, were good enough to make it in, but there were no spots. You know what I mean? That's why I think Andretti can only be a good thing. Dragovic, absolutely. I would literally. It's hard because Dragovic is an F2 champion, but I would rank him below almost all of those people, which is sad. I hope he gets a seat one day, yes. Do I think he's a real championship spec? No. However, he would be cool at Aston Martin to replace Fernando Alonso in 50 years. Kimi Antonelli, it's funny you say. Chat, if you are new here, please do subscribe. My first prediction for 2024. These are more specific. I've got 3. The first one is Kimi Antonelli to Mercedes after Lewis Hamilton's departure. What do we think of that? This guy, I think Gasly worded me up about him way before he exploded in F3. Think about it, right? He's a Mercedes junior driver. Yes, Alonso has more seasons in F1 than Antonelli has birthdays, but in F2 testing, before F2 testing, he, like summer break, winter break, whatever the fuck you called it, whatever the fuck it is, the break over Christmas, he drove F2 cars for fun, right? And he did the most laps of anyone. He means business. I don't know where he was placed, but I know he was quick. I think he was top Top 5 out of like 25 people. Absolutely nuts. F2 test, even in the rain in Bahrain. He follows you on IG. That's a big flex. That's sick. No, this guy means business. Day 1, P4 in the company of Hauger, Maloney, Martins. How is that for company in F2? Day 2, P6 behind Maloney, Martins, Hauger, Marty, O'Sullivan. Day 3, P15. However, they were prioritising high fuel long runs and his laps were quick for a race run and they were consistent. This guy means business. I think this season in F2 will make or break him in terms of getting a seat straight out of F2. If he wins the championship, see you later. Into F1 you go. Into that Mercedes seat you go. You're alongside George Russell in one of the biggest teams ever. Congratulations. My predictions is if he has a mega start to 2024 in F2, I'm talking podiums, I'm talking top 5s, I'm talking something that'll make everyone's heads turn, keeping it clean. Talks will ramp up in the first 3 or 4 rounds saying this guy needs an F1 seat. Not so many people are saying it yet. There are a few people, but if he has a mega start to the season, the pressure will build even more, and the media will only talk about him replacing Lewis. That will be the main headline. Apparently he got until August. If he can do it before that, that would be sick. Honestly, can see it from Mercedes POV. He might not be the perfect immediately, but give him some time. The year after even, he will be top notch. He will. They did it. Red Bull did it with Max Verstappen. He replaced Daniel Kvyat, and have a look at him now. Yes, you make mistakes at the start. Who gives a fuck? You're a young driver. Does anyone remember what Toto said about replacing Lewis? He said something along the lines of, we're now in a unique position where we can do something exciting and different. Kimi Antonelli is exciting and different. I was really hoping that he would get the call up from F3 to F1. He would be the first driver since Ocon to do that, and before that, Max Verstappen. Yes, there's drivers like Maloney, Hauger, Martins especially. Imagine he goes to Alpine. O'Sullivan. Did I say Maloney? These guys mean business, right? But I think if you're looking at the whole grid, who's got the most F1 potential, get them in early. F1 teams are looking at drivers much earlier now. For example, Charles Leclerc to Ferrari at such a young age. Why not Kimi? I guess this season we will find out why or why not Kimi. Kimi debuted in F1 doing like 21 single-seater races, I believe. Like Kimi Räikkönen, right? Yeah. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this guy? Bro raced for Ferrari twice. I mean, given the opportunity, Kimi will do it. That's the thing. He just needs to be given that opportunity. You're backing Maloney versus Kimi, championship battle. I'm backing Kimi versus Martins. I think Martins is such an exciting driver. There's a bit of Max Verstappen there. He's exciting, but he's a bit of a hothead, and he can be a little bit stupid. Go back to Monaco, where he didn't slow down under yellows, and there was someone in the middle of the track sideways. Yes, he avoided him, but it could have been dangerous. I think it was a big mistake keeping Logan. You need 2 Alex Albons in that team for it to get to the front. You can't be having a driver that finishes 8th and 17th. I agree with you on one hand. However, I think that giving a driver 2 seasons in Formula 1 gives them a season to be a rookie and then a season to knuckle down. I think that every young driver needs a 2-year contract. So throughout the first season, they don't feel like they're on the chopping block. You know what I mean? I think also, look at it from Williams' perspective. They put so much time and money into Logan in the young drivers program. I think that it was a right call giving him a second season. If he's terrible this season, question marks are thrown around his third. However, because he's got 1 and 2, you get a good idea of a whole pre-season, a whole season. That first season you're working on the second year's car, you get another pre-season, you get an off-season, and then you get a whole nother season. Yes, I said the word season about 8 times, but I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. I think sometimes people are way too harsh on rookies. Way too harsh. Everyone expects an Oscar Piastri. Everyone expects a Max Verstappen. Let's just chill out. Doohan not in F2. I think Doohan would have the world's best pundit role. Listening to him and Laura Winter through preseason testing, amazing. They're both so sick. But bro needs an F1 drive. I can't believe I left him out. He needs an F1 drive. But first, Kimi to Mercedes. That is my prediction. What do you guys think? Kimi versus absolutely no one. No one will come near him. Is that what you're saying? Or he won't be near the top of the grid? Got photos of the McLaren and Mercedes Lego. Chuck them in the Discord. I think F2 is going to be really interesting this season. I'm going to have both eyes on Kimi, and that's it. If he's crowned champion, he'll go straight in. Straight in. I don't think there'll be any ifs, ands, buts, or maybes about that. Second prediction. I think that's money. I think he'll have a good F2 season, and he'll go straight to Mercedes. Does he need a spectacular one? No. I think he just needs above average. And Toto and Mercedes will give him a crack like Red Bull did with Max Verstappen. No one will challenge him for the championship. He won't win every race, of course, but he won't be challenged very much for the title. The interesting thing with F2 is the reverse grids for the sprint. So, will he win every race? No. Will he be up there in qualifying? I really hope so. I think if he does good, he will be signed by COTA weekend. That would be interesting towards the end of the season. And it also depends on super license points as well, like Logan Sargent taught us. It's not what Williams specifically need right now. I also think he'll just be like Latifi, get 3 seasons, languish, and he's still be dead weight. I think he's much better than Latifi. I think he's a much better investment. But it'd be interesting to see how things pan out. Have I done driver predictions? I haven't done P1 through P20, no. No, I can for the Bahrain stream. I'll think about it. I did it last year and it was kind of boring. It was kind of dead, which is why I'm doing it this way this year. Anyway, prediction number 2. The way this is going to go is I've got another prediction. I've got another one after that. I've got 3. And then I've got 3 of your ones that you guys have told me. I'm going to tell you if I agree or disagree. And then I'll give you guys the floor. Sound good? Not coming Bahrain stream because race starts at an arse time here. No, it'll be like stream time here. I won't be doing race streams, qualifying streams, practice streams this year. It's just not possible for me. So I'm going to be doing the day before the first session. I'm going to be doing a stream predicting the race and doing some actually really fun things. Predicting it, including a Kahoot. And then I'm going to do one the Sunday or Monday after the race has concluded. And we're going to go over my predictions, over your predictions, and see how we fared. And just kind of review the race. No more race streams. But there will be an interesting YouTube series out this season about races. So don't think I'm doing nothing. I don't think Alpine are firing high-ranking engineers. They're leaving. The high-ranking engineers are leaving because they don't believe it anymore, which is concerning. But yes, for those who remember, my biggest slider was Alpine. Better set. Race streams weren't the hype. Race streams were fun. That was the most fun session of the weekend. But I've waffled about this a little bit. I'd get way too anxious before streams. I did them way too often, and I cared too much about what everyone thought and what everyone thought about me and like how many people were there and blah, 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 all that shit. So I'm chilling myself out. I'm doing it the way I want to do it this year, and I think you guys will like it. All right, cool. Leaving isn't the actual term. They like to use the term leaving with mutual agreement. I heard like they're voluntarily leaving, but I guess that'll come out. I don't know why you'd sack off high-ranking engineers, but anyway. My second brave prediction for 2024 is that Red Bull will fully turn towards 0 pods. Brave one, because if it doesn't work, you might think they're in the shitter. However, I completely disagree. I think that Red Bull are in the best position to lead the whole grid one way. This is what we're doing. This is what is working. 2024, they take a hard right and they go the other way. They go to 0 pods. Why is this not as big of a risk? Because they can go back in old spec and still be competitive. I'm sure they're still working on the old spec in case the 0 pod doesn't work. But as we've seen, the half pod that they're running right now is fucking working. Verstappen said the car is responding exactly the way he wants to. They were so good before with marbles and the Kahoot, but during the race was difficult with time gaps. Yeah, it was. And I was also waking up at ridiculous times. But now I've got some roomies. It's going to be fun. It's not going to be a stream though. I think Nui will make it work. I don't really see why they won't do this or why they shouldn't do this. F1 is an engineering race as much as it is a motor race. They've got, who I think, if you're classifying GOATs, Nui's up there. GOAT doesn't have to be a driver. As I said, it's an engineering race as much as it is a Formula 1 race. With Nui, the GOAT of engineering, I'm not convinced he will find a way for it to work. I'm convinced he has already found a way for it to work. Red Bull said during pre-season testing, they're going to be introducing new parts throughout the season rather than all at once. I think they've got those parts locked and loaded. Red Bull won't be P1 even with the car remaining fast. Yeah, I think they'll get constructors. I think they'll get drivers. What does the tattoo on my arm say? It says... It's Greek. It says Kairos. You can Google him if you like. He looks kind of clapped, which is why I got the word. It's about time and opportunity. So it's when it's your time to crack on. When it's your time, when you see an opportunity, you take it, and when it's your time, you take it, kind of thing. The way the cooling's set up right now, they wouldn't have B-spec. The chassis just seems too much of a cost. They won't be able to go back. Really? Okay. They should get rid of the cost cap so teams can spend $1 billion. I see why there is a cost cap. It's to help smaller teams. If everyone had a $1 billion budget, there wouldn't be a cost cap. But the good teams were too good and the bad teams were too bad. Fun fact, I'm not actually Greek. I'm Maltese. I'm half Maltese, half Aussie. So, interesting that there's Greek on my arm. No, that wasn't random. That's all good. I didn't even realise it was poking out. I've got one here. I've got one here, which says all good, always. And one on my leg, which is a ghost that says boah. Cost cap needs a raise. Look, some teams aren't even near it. I think another reason that Red Bull is going to focus on the 0 pod is to give the middle finger to Mercedes. They've been clapping everyone's cheeks for so long. Now that they beat them in the drivers in 21, constructors 22, 23, most likely 24. It's just another middle finger to Mercedes. Are they still shrinking it? I actually have no idea. Why have you just found out that I'm Maltese? That's why I'm so short, my slime. That's why I'm 5'7". Maltese short king over here. Actually, I think my shelf, you can't really see. I'm the same height as my shelf. How crazy is that? After these brave predictions, I can go through what's on my shelf if you like, because it's new. I built it like 2 days ago. It's pretty cool. That's my speaker down the bottom. It bumps every time that there's noise. Forgot I was 5'3". Yeah, 4'9". Every Maltese person I know is short. Exactly, dude. Exactly. It's just that Maltese gang. Ginger, we're on YouTube now. We're on YouTube. So it's a Twitch vibe, but on YouTube. I think it's much better. And everything's in one place. We're live on there right now, if you do want to join. Everyone on TikTok, come over. It's good fun. Al Sunnies? Fuck you mean, dude. Fuck you mean. This is $15 for 5. It is a massive W. Anyway, we're up to predictions. That's my second brave prediction. Mercedes will fully turn towards 0 pods. I think they've already worked it out. I don't think they're going to work it out. I think they already have worked it out. I don't see why they wouldn't. Otis, that guy is an anomaly. An anomaly. Okay, prediction number 3. We've touched on this one a little bit earlier, and I purposely held off for this very moment. My third prediction is Visa Cash App RB will achieve a podium this season. They will get not a race win, alright? Let's not be ridiculous. A podium. That's nuts, Ghastly. I might just have to have a look. Except if it's Fernando Alonso's colours, they're clapped. Clapped colours. You guys agree? Disagree? What do you think? You can get behind that? Agree? Yuki or Daniel podium? Let's chat. Let's chat about that. Let's chat about that. Here are my dot points, word for word. A lot of hype surrounds these two drivers and this newly rebranded team this year. Right? Is that fact or is that cap? It will be I think it'll be a mix of luck and race. Race pace. It'll be a mix of luck and race, because a team that'll probably be midfield, in my opinion. A lot of people saying that they're going to be P8 or P9. They're running Red Bull's old spec. A lot of parts are ex-Red Bull from last season. That doesn't put them at the front, because they can't copy everything. It's against the rules, but they've taken what they can. They're going to be much quicker. If it was anyone, if it was either driver, it's going to be, come on. I feel like that's such a silly thing to say out loud, right? Like to try and explain myself. I think it's going to be Daniel Ricciardo. Yes, I'm an Aussie, but hear me out. Yuki's got a lot of pressure this season. So does Daniel, because they're both gunning for the Red Bull seat. If I had to pick either driver right now, I would send one to Red Bull and one out of the sport. Can you guess which one is what? I really shouldn't have to say it, you know what I mean? It's that kind of vibe. Daniel Ricciardo to Red Bull. Yuki Tsunoda. Sorry, Yuki fans. He's had one good race in his whole life in F1, and it was Abu Dhabi 21, where he finished P4. That's his best race. Great personality. Great bloke. Just such an incredibly, for me, mid-driver. I haven't seen one part where he's like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, it's Yuki. He's up and about. He's really locked in. I literally yesterday went to the locked in factory and no one knew him. No one knew him. Liam Lawson to Red Bull. Yeah, I can get behind that. I don't know. Do we think that Yuki can do wonders? Yes, but 21, 22, 23, I ain't seen no wonders. It's making me think he can't. It's making me think that he hates following a diet. He hates training. He gets nervous before races. He fucks up. He just, you know what? I haven't seen anything from Yuki in the last 3 seasons where it's like, Yuki is the man. I understand they've invested time into him, but when is enough enough? This prediction, believe it or not, isn't Yuki will leave, alright? It could be. Genuinely, if I made 4 or 5, that would probably be one. No, that probably wasn't the right thing to say. I know, everyone's nervous. Everyone, even Max would get nervous before a race. Daniel to Red Bull, Yuki stays at RB. But why? Why is Yuki staying at RB? Why? Why else would he be there? If another team wanted him, I'm sure he would have been on the trade block. But no, I don't think, given an opportunity, no one would take him. Why? What has he shown? What has he shown? For me, nothing. Will Perez stay in F1 or will he announce a retirement? I think he'll try to stay in F1, and if he can't, then he'll retire. Yeah, good point. Honda's ways there. Fuck. I just don't say. Other than Honda, there's no reason. There's like, why? Yeah, if anyone is to get a podium this season for RB, which I think they will get one, it has to be Daniel Ricciardo. We've seen Monaco 2018, he lost power. Yes, it's Monaco, it's harder to overtake, and he redeemed himself from 2016. Monza 2021, he took P1 in a McLaren 1-2 when Lewis and Max crashed out, and it's that point exactly. He needs a moment like that and he will capitalise. All he needs is a sniff, and he will capitalise. Will we see that this season? Will we see a moment like that? I don't think we'll see car sex, alright? Don't get it twisted. But with how close McLaren and Ferrari are, plus Aston Martin, plus Mercedes, plus Perez being that little bit slower, there's 4 teams for you. There could be some mayhem, pit stop dramas, safety cars, VSCs, good strategy, bad strategy, rain. You just don't know. You just don't know. And for that reason, I think that RB will put themselves in a position where they can get a podium. And it will be Daniel Ricciardo. I would be happily proved wrong, though. If it's Yuki, happily proved wrong. If they don't get one, I will unhappily be proved wrong. Got it? Will Rebel be on the same podium with RB? Yes. Yes. Unless it's Verstappen who's out. I'll back Oscar to win a race and World Drivers' Championship before Fraudo Norris. Should we chat about that? Hungary podium for Daniel? I think that would be one of the tracks to do it. A more likely track. Liam Lawson does a race because Yuki gets food poisoning from a tomato, and Liam gets a Grand Slam for the race. What is this absolute waffle, Ghastly? What is this absolute waffle? To be fair, some of the things I say pretty okay. I can't say chat about, I say chat about. Fucked up. Also, instead of saying bedroom, I say bedroom. What the fuck? What is happening to me? 2 Red Bull DNF and RB podium would be hilarious. Yeah, that would be pretty funny. No wins, no Riz, no skill, no inches. My friend hates Lando and calls him bad and stuff. I get it. I'm a big fan. I like Lando. And it's funny because the next point is about Lando Norris. This is your predictions, alright? This is your predictions. I put it out on my Instagram, my Twitter, YouTube community. If you guys want to get up and about and involved, that's where I post things. And I took 3 of the most common predictions and we're going to break them down. The first one is Lando Norris podium. Wait, I was doing something before this. Let's hide that. Should we go through this? Little shelf tour first. Hold your horses. This was the F1 Drive thing I did. Very, very cool. Doesn't have my face or name on it, but it's my first one. So it's very, very cool. This was for the Race Media Awards, which was very fun. The Race Media owns WTF1. We got some glasses, right? This was a Valentine's Day gift to me from Blake, believe it or not. Lewis Hamilton Monster. No, it will not be drunk, but he got a 4-pack, so I will be chowing one down. And this come all the way from Australia. Lewis Hamilton, Brazil 2021. One of my favourite races as well. This puppy, can you see that? I can't take it off. This is from F1 Drive. It says Luke Sam on it. This is one that Jakey Boy was repping the brand for. You guys have seen these ones. This is a Mick Schumacher signature McLaren 2022 lineup. Esteban Ocon. I'm going very fast if you can't tell. Enjoy your day, Ghastly. See you later, mate. You still love your Yuki card? You make love to your Yuki card, dude? What the fuck? And then we got some McLaren kicks that I was fortunate enough to receive. Pretty cool. Lando was very disrespectful to Daniel in interviews in 2022. I don't know. There's a fine line between disrespectful and real. I think he was just being real. I think he was just saying, do you feel bad for Daniel? No, that's the sport. That's what you sign up for. And if the shoe's on the other foot, Daniel's not going to feel bad for Lando because it's cutthroat. The second driver feels bad for someone else, they slow down. Oh, it's okay. You'll get faster. They're losing. That'll be gone. The Ferrari flag is right here. I haven't found a spot for it. But it did come with me. Will I be watching AFL in the UK? I've actually looked at the fixture. The first match that's at a good time here is, like, for the Bulldogs, is Bulldogs Geelong, which is like round 4 or 5 or something. There's the signature. Proof that it's the same one. The kicks are kind of cool. Is Luke going to get some chop in the UK? The fuck is chop? What is this language? Alright, let's chat about Lando Norris champion. I think this season, I do have KO. I have KO, and I have a VPN, so I'll be fine. The signature is Charles Leclerc's. How's NRL starting in Vegas? No one. I don't even watch it, to be fair. Chat about the fraud Piastri. What? Sorry to hear about Courtney. You guys were good together. Oh, it was ages ago. Thank you, man. Thank you. That was quite a while ago. But thank you for the kind words. Oi, Uncle Luke, man. I've missed that. How are you, man? How are you? Alright, Lando Norris champion. I would, don't get me wrong, I love Lando. Lando, I think he's so sick. But this season, it is so laughable. I just think, you know what I mean? Like, they're fourth in qualifying pace and third in race pace to start the season. It's a long season, yes. But even if they were the second fastest car, they're going to be seconds behind Max Verstappen. How's the new move? The new move is good. I'd love to chat about it. However, there's a VOD on my YouTube from the last stream where we spoke about it. So if you're interested, catch up on that. It's pretty cool. You got to the F1 is getting boring with Max every year. I got to admit, I think the complete opposite. A lot of people are saying that it is very boring. I think if you look at P2 down, it actually becomes extremely exciting. Because we've got McLaren, Aston Martin, Ferrari, Mercedes, all very close. And then one step backwards from that, the other 4 teams, plus Perez into that mix of 4 teams, the bottom 4 teams are also close. The move was good though. The move was very, very good. I'm very, very happy and I'm completely settled in now, which was good. Lando's gone down massive since Piastri. I don't think he's gone down. I think he's always been a little bit of a choke artist. He's just being exposed more now. Like his Qatar qualifying. I didn't watch the supercars today, no. Can't they give Red Bull a handicap? They did with wind tunnel hours for breaking the salary cap and didn't really affect them, did they? Very happy. Very happy. Bro's trying to cope. I thought you meant cop. Cope, no, I think McLaren have the best driver lineup and we'll see that this season. The new DRS rule as well will help them stay close by. I don't think it gives them a chance at winning the championship by any means. Constructors more likely than drivers. But P2 for them would be a massive win. Again, that's why I put them as the biggest riser for 2024. I think P2 would be huge. I haven't gone to any football games, no, but I plan to go Chelsea vs Wolves at Stamford Bridge on May 4. I think that's the one I'm going to. And Piastri is only going to get better considering last season was his rookie year. I think I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yes, Piastri might end his career with more accolades than Lando, but I think we're riding off Lando. I think you're riding off Lando a little bit too hard. You might be saying I'm riding on Lando a little bit too hard, and that's cool. But I think Lando is better than you're insinuating. What's better, UK or Aussie beer? I think Aussie beer tastes better, but UK beer gets you more fucked up. UK beer you can drink more of. Like the taste doesn't go away, but Aussie beer on a hot day, can't beat it. Do I do any other jobs? No. This is my job. And I'm sticking to it. What do you think about Seb return? Maybe Mercedes or Audi? I love Seb, genuinely. I really do. Unless he can make a comeback like Kimi did or like Alonso did, I don't really want to see it. I want to see him go out of the sport a winner, you know what I mean, on a good note, and not have people shit all over him at the end of his career. I've not watched Drive to Survive either, no. Aussie meat pies or UK? I haven't had a UK meat pie. I actually said to Hannah we should have meat pies, and she said, what's that? So maybe they don't exist here. Maybe they don't exist. Alright, that's the first prediction that you guys have, and I have to say, sorry chat. Sorry, not gonna fucking happen. Lando Norris champion? Laughable this season. Absolutely laughable this season. I think in the next 2 seasons, bring it on, game time. Him, Piastri, Russell, Antonelli, Lewis Hamilton, Charles Leclerc, 6-way championship fight. Why not? Liam Lawson as well. Who the frick is Hannah? My roommate, props. My roommate. Come on now. Lando Nah getting 4th. I think that would be a W. I think 4th would be a W. Alright, chat. This is going to be a big chatting topic. This one is huge. And this was probably my most commented thing. What do you think it is? She is, yeah, she's WTF1 socials, but she is a TikToker as well. Sick person, amazing person. You actually hear her alarm going off. A woman? Yeah, no, women aren't real. I'm lying. Okay, let's get rid of this red. It may come back. It may turn green. The prediction, the most common prediction you guys had was Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando Norris, and not both, but like that combined with Oscar Piastri outscores Lando Norris. What do we think? What are we saying? Alright, Riley, see you in a sec. What are we saying? Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando, or Oscar Piastri outscores Lando? Didn't he kill his wife? He did, yeah. Oscar Piastri. Crazy. Massive case, actually. Can't believe the FIA letting him drive. You think yes? Just straight up yes? Let's break it down. Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando. What's up, Hasipo? I'm good. Have I gone back to the F1 arcade bar? I've been 3 times now. The last time I was there was the track limits thing. But I haven't been back since, no. The Oscar drama? No, you missed a lot. Someone tweeted. They got him confused with Oscar Pistorius. It was so funny. It was such a viral tweet. I can't believe you missed it. Yeah, no, it was good fun there. It was good fun. I do want to go back. I'd like to do something for my birthday there. But we'll see. We'll see who I can get into contact with. I think it would be heaps of fun because my birthday is Miami Sprint Day as well. Very cool. All right, let's break this down. Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando Norris. This one, no, let's start with Oscar Piastri outscores Lando Norris. Oscar Piastri outscores Lando Norris. I'm sorry, I just don't see it happening. The outscoring part, Here's my thought process. Alright? I think Lando can have a better one-off result. I think that his results can be higher than Oscar Piastri, and his lows are lower than Oscar Piastri. You feel me? Oscar Piastri will just be more consistent. But in saying that, when Oscar is consistent, I think that Lando's lows won't be much lower than that. So I have to disagree. I don't think Oscar Piastri will outscore Lando Norris. It'd be interesting to come back to this stream at the end of the season and see how wrong or how right we were, but I can't fuck with that. I can't fuck with Oscar Piastri outscoring Lando. I'm not completely against it. I just don't think it's going to happen. Will Oscar Piastri win a race before Lando? I'm in a tough spot here, alright? I've never been more on the fence about a prediction while I've watched Formula 1. Will they win a race this year? I really fucking hope so. I hope one of them will. We saw Oscar Piastri win a sprint race in Qatar last year, which was really cool, with Lando third. I think Lando, he just struggles, not with the magical last tenth that you need to win a championship. He struggles with putting together a whole lap over qualifying, or a whole race without a dumb mistake. You don't think he'll outscore him either, Soph? I don't think he'll outscore him, but I'm in a tough spot, guys, because Oscar Piastri is an Aussie, and now I've moved to the UK. Lando Norris is British. However, I'm sticking with my Aussie guns, and I think that Oscar Piastri will win a race before Lando. If that's this season, cool. If it's not, let's write off this prediction for another season. Exactly, Nick. Lando has become a little bit of a choke artist. I think he overthinks things, whereas Oscar is just cool, calm, collected. You can hear him over the team radio in times of panic. Let's draw a bit of a comparison. In Qatar, one of the hottest races of the year. One of the hottest races ever. And he's just so cool, calm, and collected over the radio in the sprint race. When he was leading in, there's another race he was leading, Belgium or something. Cool, calm, collected. You look at Lando when he's in spots of bother, in spots of pressure, in times where he needs to lock in. You go to the locked in factory and there's no one there. No one knows him. Yeah, you go back to Russia and he's freaking out over the radio. Yeah, it's his first time in that kind of position. Cool. And then you see Qatar's qualifying. And then you see Belgium, where he goes out, could have got pole, crashes. He needs to focus up. He needs to focus up. Hard for coming from me, right? Fucking a little streamer, TikTok, YouTube boy. Lock in means for me put headphones on and ignore everyone. But it's hard on a scale so big. I get that. I just think a man with as many seasons as him, the leader of the team now, he needs to lock in. Alright, the last prediction that you guys have given me. Let's recap all of them really quick. First one, my prediction, Kimi to Mercedes after Lewis Hamilton's departure. The second one, Red Bull to fully turn towards zero pods. The third one, RB podium in 2024. These were my personal predictions, right? Before that, we had the drivers, which was Max for me, constructors, Red Bull, biggest riser, McLaren, biggest slider, Alpine. All right. We've had Lando Norris to win the championship. This is your prediction. I put it out on all my socials. This was the second most common one, right? And I disagreed. Then we had the one we just spoke about, Oscar Piastri to outscore Lando. Don't agree. Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando, and I agreed. All right. Now you're all called up. The last prediction. The third most common prediction from you guys. George needs to get back to his 22 form. I think he will. I think last year was a little bit of a lull. He's gone from a bad car into a one that was meant to be good but wasn't, so he knew how to cope. But once it started to get good, he's kind of a little bit iffy. It'd be good to see him get back up there. All right, the third prediction. What do I think for Carlos? He'll just go to Audi. He'll replace Zhou after the Chinese Grand Prix is already done. I think they've only been holding on to Zhou because of the merch sales. I gotta be real. That's being completely real with you guys. Sergio Perez for 0 podiums in 2024. That is the third most common prediction that I got from you guys. To me, first of all, what do you guys think? You guys tell me what you think first. Because I have a very strong view on this. You guys agree or you disagree? Nuts, absolutely delusional. I gotta say, Nick, I think you're right on the money there. I think you're right on the money. I don't know in what world we're living where Red Bull is the quickest car and Sergio in like 30 races, right? 24 races in 6 sprints. Checo can't get a single podium. He will most likely podium in Bahrain. Exactly. I think this prediction gets knocked out round 1. If not, the first 3 rounds. Think about it. The second track is a street circuit. He loves a street circuit. What, are we not going to go to Azerbaijan where he absolutely kills it? Yes, he can mess up qualifying sometimes. His race pace sometimes isn't the best. But that's when you're comparing him to the only other person in that piece of machinery, Max Verstappen. You compare him to a Mercedes, a McLaren, an Aston Martin. I think he's better than an Aston Martin. He's, for the start of the season, will be better than McLaren and better than Mercedes as well at the start of the season. I think he's obviously not the second best driver, but form-wise, driving-wise, with the car that he's got, he should be the second quickest. Even if he's not. Third quickest, fourth quickest, fifth quickest. If he's the 5th quickest driver, there's no reason why he still can't get a podium. The first, second and third quickest drivers don't always get the podium. Same reason K-Mag got a pole in Brazil 22. He's not in the quickest car, and he's certainly not the quickest driver. I think that this is absolutely ludicrous. I think it's crazy. Bananas, bonkers. Not gonna happen. I don't see a world where Perez ends 2024 without a podium, unless he's replaced 3 races in. I don't think he's extended past 24 because there's rumours that Albon's going to replace him next year. There's rumours that Daniel Ricciardo could come up. There's rumours that Liam Lawson might even be a sniff, but I doubt those ones. Yeah, I don't see a world where he doesn't get a podium in 24. And if he does, kiss your seat goodbye. I think he is arguably under the most pressure this season. But that's all the predictions, chat. That is all the predictions. We had a World Drivers' Champion being Max, Constructors Red Bull, biggest riser McLaren, biggest flopper Alpine. My predictions: Mercedes signed Kimi after Lewis. Red Bull turned fully towards 0 pods, Visa Cash App RB podium. Your predictions were Lando Norris champion, which I disagreed with. Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando, which I agreed with. Oscar Piastri outscores Lando, which I disagreed with. Sergio Perez no podiums, which I disagree with. Would Red Bull do a Checo Daniel swap mid-season like a Gasly Albon in 2019? Oh, not Raikkonen. Kimi Antonelli. If you don't know, well, now you know. This guy's next. This guy is next. Would they do a Checo Daniel swap? No. They would bring Daniel up and Liam Lawson in, but I don't see a reason why they should drop Checo. If they don't want him in the Red Bull seat, he shouldn't be in the Red Bull family. Whereas at least Albon was... He come from Toro Rosso, went up, and then he was dropped back down to Toro Rosso. If they're going to bin off Checo from that Red Bull seat, he'll be out of the Red Bull family, which is what I think. If he's struggling, yeah, I think there could be a mid-season swap, absolutely. So like a mid-season swap at Red Bull, but Checo will be out of his seat for the second half of 2024, if there is a swap. What's up, Koff? You've joined just at the end. I will recap for one last time for everyone, and then we're going to call it because I'm starving. We had the first 7, 4, 5, 6, 7 are my predictions, alright? Max, World Drivers' Champion, Red Bull, Constructors, biggest riser McLaren, biggest slider Alpine, right? We went through them. My brave predictions, 3 things are a little bit outlandish, needed me to explain a little bit more. Kimi Antonelli to Mercedes. Once Lewis Hamilton leaves, Red Bull turn fully towards the zero pod design because I don't think they're going to find a way to make it work. I think they already have. These are cash out podium. Now your predictions I put out on all my socials. These are the 3 most common. The first most common was Oscar Piastri to win a race before Lando, which I agreed with. And Oscar Piastri outscores Lando Norris, which I disagreed with. We had Lando Norris champion, which I laughed at. And Sergio Perez podium, which again I laughed at. Kimi's too young. See, I think that the F1 is turning more towards younger drivers. Because if Kimi is as good as he's touted to be, you can see the benefits of it now with Red Bull and Max Verstappen, calling him up from F3 to F1. But then you look the same at Ocon, and I think if Ocon gets that Mercedes seat when Lewis leaves, it's the biggest fraud of a career ever. I like that you had to clarify. That definitely means that you are. Albon definitely deserves that seat. He's improved dramatically and has developed strongly. I would say I agree. I would say, who would I prefer in that seat? Daniel Ricciardo. Who do I think deserves it a little bit more? Arguably just Alex Albon. Antonelli will win. Yeah, I think if he has a good first few races, the media is just going to lock eyes with him, and every single headline will be Kimi to Mercedes. I'm calling that early. If he's only 18, that's cool. If he's look at Fernando, bro's 40 and still driving. You know what I mean? He's 40 and still driving. I think we need to start looking at skill rather than age. You get Kimi in, even though he's 18, maybe 19 next year. By the time he's 22, 23, he's going to be the best driver on the grid because Red Bull are going to be shit then, and Max is going to have left because they're terrible. I think Alex would go back to Red Bull. Absolutely, Red Bull's the best car. I think if he doesn't get that Red Bull seat, there is no harm in him staying at Williams because I think 3 years from now Williams will be the best. Sorry, not the best, but up there. They'll be in the championship contending speak. If you still love it, why stop? If you're still quick, why stop? What was I just saying? I completely forgot. Alex, the last time I said X will be a championship contending team in 3 years was when chat. Oh geez, when was it? What team was it? And this is the 3rd year. Any OGs out there, remember. I think Alex believes in the whole back to the top thing Williams is doing. Absolutely. I agree. I believe in them as well. 3 years ago, 2021, I said Aston Martin will be a championship contending team by 2024. Now, they may not be championship contending, but they've come from the slums and now they're in the top 4. Top 3, maybe top 2 this year, but we'll see how the car develops. They've had trouble developing, but last year they hit the ground running with a really strong car. So that's going to be interesting. I think the same about Williams. I think they'll be a top 3 team in 3 years. What's that make it? 5, 6, 7. 2027. Me and my friends made this new game where whenever anyone says anything zesty, everyone gets to punch them. That's crazy. Alright chat, that is it from me today. Thank you very much for tuning in. The predictions have been out there. They've been cool. If you come late and you want to rewatch the stream, that's going straight onto my YouTube. You can watch it as soon as this stream ends. On the 28th, Wednesday, the day before Bahrain Practice 1, we're doing another stream before the Bahrain Grand Prix. It's going to be the same time as today's. If you're in the Discord, you'll see the event. If you're not, exclamation mark Discord. TikTok, you guys will have to say, you guys will have to go to the link in my bio. We're going to be doing a predicting the Bahrain stream. It's gonna be good fun, and then the Monday or Sunday for a Saturday race. After it, we're going to be recapping it, which will be fun. We'll do that for every single race weekend. Do you remember me saying Nick De Vries would be Rookie of the Year? Yes. Yes. Think about it, he was such a highly touted rookie. He had F1 experience, he killed it in the Williams, and then he shit the bed. You can't blame me. Everyone was saying it. Have I been F1 Luke Sam, and should we stay safe? I will let you know. I'll think about it and I'll let you know. Thursday, Friday, Saturday GP is odd, but it's happening. It's because of Ramadan. Good for Aussies, yes, but it's because of Ramadan. Mate, I moved to this country for Good Times Grand Prix. We have a Saturday, a 3 a.m, 6 a.m, and 8 a.m, and then it's Miami. What the fuck? Alright guys, thank you guys for watching. You guys have been heaps of fun. I will see you on Wednesday before the Bahrain Grand Prix. Hopefully a new YouTube video out about this if it comes out well, and if it doesn't, you'll see the next YouTube video about the Bahrain Grand Prix weekend. Very funky, fun, cool, and fresh. Alright? Take care, everyone. To answer your question, Riley, I've been F1 Luke Sam, and you guys have been amazing. Stay safe.